Welcome back, everybody, to our Midwestern Dynasty, where it has been a great year for us. We're 12-1. We won a conference championship for the first time ever. We've made the college football playoffs, where we will be taking on the USC Trojans in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in the second round. But before we get into this game or go over both these teams, I do want to briefly talk about a couple of award winners that we had. Santiago Martino made out like a bandit. He won 3 separate awards. The Lombardi Award, the Best Defensive End Award. He has also been named the best defensive player in all of college football as a true freshman. He put up some good stats, but I don't think I would call him the best defensive player in all of college football. Josh Wood had a great year and definitely earned the Best Defensive Back Award. We did also have 2 players named to the All-American second team in Avery Sizer and Nick Shields. We'll go over the All-Conference USA teams at a different point. For now, let's move on to talk about this USC game. The Trojans actually have the second best win percentage of any team since we have started this dynasty. They're only behind Clemson. They have had a good year as well. They're 11-3, have an offense that's putting up 34 points per game, with a quarterback in Aiden Childs who transferred in from Michigan State and immediately has become one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. He's got 53 total touchdowns this season, 4,808 total yards. He's coming off his best game of his career. He was in the playoffs against a rival in Notre Dame. He had 5 total touchdowns, 456 total yards, and he got the job done and helped USC advance on. Their top receiver is Shard Copeland. He had a huge game as well, but he's not their only good pass catcher. They have 2 other receivers that are right there near 1,000 receiving yards, a tight end not that far behind those 2. They have a running back that gets the job done despite maybe not having the biggest workload, an offensive line that's very well rated. So this is going to be the best offense that we have faced all year long. But you could argue that USC is going up against the best defense that they will have seen so far this season. We have the most sacks in all of college football. We have a pair of good edge rushers, good depth on the defensive line, players like Josh Wood and Ben Edmonds who make splash plays out there, and I think we're going to need some splash plays on defense. We can't just sit back and let Aiden Childs pick us apart and work his way down the field. So the defense, it has to be in attack mode. The USC defense, it's not bad, but it's also not great. They do have 24 takeaways this year. Sean Ward, he has more sacks than Santiago Martino does this season. Tim Bullitt, he does a lot of different things, has multiple sacks, and gets a couple of takeaways, gets some TFLs. Jaden Walker has 5 picks, so they do have some star players on defense, but maybe it's not the greatest unit. Chuck Fleck, he has a lot of pressure on him. He is a true freshman, and his pass catchers, they kind of let him down the last time we played. We had 10 drops as a team. We know Nick Shields is great, but somebody else is likely going to have to step up in the passing game for us. The rush offense, it has been great all year long, and that is something we have leaned on all year long and will continue to lean on. Hopefully it can help us get the job done. We do have the most rushing yards in all of college football, a pair of great running backs. The offensive line is likely going to be the key to this game. Will they be able to hold up or not? But it's time for us to go ahead and get into this Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and see if we can beat the USC Trojans and win a game in the college football playoffs, possibly starting a run at a national championship. Midwestern is on offense to begin the game. Here is Sizer on a toss. He has some great blocking, will pick up a first down and more as he's out of bounds up at the 35. A great way for this Horned Owl offense to begin things with a big run by the second-team All-American running back, who they handed off to again, and he's going to rip off another long run, taking it across the 50 and going down at the Trojans 47. On a 2nd and 7, they give it to Sizer inside. He's going to fight through multiple defenders and pick up another fresh set of downs. So he has had a great first drive. But Darrell F is going to give him a breather on this play. Fleck is going to keep it on a read option. He's being chased by Tim Bullitt. The do-it-all linebacker will make the tackle, but not before a 7-yard gain is picked up. Sizer back in the game, getting the ball again. The workhorse back picks up a first down on his 5th carry of this first drive of the game. Just outside the red zone, Fleck looking to throw, but he's going to take off instead, taking it inside the 10 and being spun down to the ground at the 6. It'll be goal to go for the Horned Owls. At the 3 on 2nd down, Sizer up the middle is into the end zone. It's his 39th career touchdown, his 14th of the season. He now has a touchdown in 10 straight games. What a physical drive put together by the Horned Owls. 12 plays, 85 yards, 11 runs, just one pass. They went to Paul Schuler for 3 yards. We did call a second pass, but Fleck, he ended up scrambling on it. So he ran the ball 11 times on that drive and finished it with a touchdown. Here's a Marion Peterson. He's going to rip off a long run of his own, shrugging off Edward Reed, one of the better interior defensive linemen in the country. Luckily, the Horned Owls will catch a break. There's going to be a holding call on USC. Back at their own 25 on a 2nd and 6. Childs is going to connect with Xavier Jordan for a first down. So USC ends up overcoming the penalty and getting a first down. Here's a quick pass right side, brought in by their number 4 wide receiver, Miles Holkerts. The 6'1 sophomore is able to pick up 8 yards. A fake to their backup running back, and they'll throw it to their starting running back. And Marion Peterson is going to go down just across midfield at the 49 of the Horned Owls. Childs with time. He's going to throw to his right, and the pass is going to be brought in by Rashard Copeland, the top pass catcher on the USC team. Had that massive 200-yard day against Notre Dame in the playoffs in the first round. First quarter already winding down. This is only the second drive of the game, but we're already down to under 30 seconds in it. Here's Childs moving to his right on 1st and 10. He's going to go down. He'll be sacked by Josh Wood for a loss of 12. The best defensive back in all of college football makes a splash play. On 3rd and long, Childs, he's going to heave one down the field and find a gap in the Horned Owl defense. The pass is going to be caught by Jalen Fowler, and then he'll make it goal to go. They give it to Marion Peterson, and he's able to get in for his 10th career touchdown. USC, they tie this game up at 7 after a 12-play drive of their own. They went 81 yards on that one. Each team has had one drive, and this game is tied at 7. A nice spin by Darrell Leff on the first play of only the 3rd drive of the game. We're already in the 2nd quarter. Quick pressure on Fleck. He gets a throw off in time to Nick Shields, who is loose. Nobody's going to catch him. He's gone. 67 yards to the end zone for his 16th total touchdown of the season. It was one-on-one across the board. USC took that gamble, sending an all-out blitz. And Nick Shields and Chuck Fleck, they made him pay. So up 14-7, Midwestern trying to get a stop on defense. Marion Peterson spinning his way for a first down as he's up to the 26. They go back to the 2-back set in the backfield. Quick pressure on Childs. He's going to go down, it looks like, but the ball comes out at the end of the play. It's a strip sack for Edward Reed, and Santiago Martino with a heads-up play to dive on top of it. The Horned Owls are going to take over in the red zone after a huge play by Edward Reed, who had an instant win at the line of scrimmage. No chance to block him when he gets off the snap that quick, and he gets the strip sack. Martino gets the recovery. Can Midwestern score a touchdown after that and make this a commanding 2-score lead in the first half. Sizer up to the 12 with a gain of 7. 2 tight ends on the field. Fleck is going to fake a toss and throw it to, that is Sizer over the middle, making the catch, and he's up to the 6. It'll be goal to go for Midwestern again. On 1st and goal, Sizer, he stiff arms a defender and is down at the 2, continuing his heavy workload in the first half. Left in the game on 2nd and goal, it's a fake to him. Fleck is going to throw to the end zone, and he threw it behind the intended target, Paul Schuler. It's going to be intercepted by Manu Mauga, his first career interception. A big mistake by Chuck Fleck. This ball had to be out in front to Paul Schuler, or just don't throw it to him at all. You also had Devin Wells, the true freshman fullback, open underneath. So Midwestern is going to end up not doing anything after the takeaway, and they give it right back to USC, who has a chance to tie this game up. Childs is going to step up on 3rd and 7, running for a first down and taking it across midfield. He's going to go down inside the 40 of the Horned Owls. Only a minute to go in the first half. The Trojans dial up a screen to a Marion Peterson, who angles towards the sideline and goes out of bounds at the 21 with a minute 3 to go. But just outside the red zone, Childs, under pressure against a blitz, is going to go down. He'll be sacked for the 3rd time in the first half, as our 2 starting middle linebackers, Ethan Dugan and Thomas Mintz, get to him in time. 3rd and long. Childs spinning around, hit from behind, and the ball is going to come out the last second, being incomplete. Edward Reed with some more pressure. It'll be 4th down, and Robles, their Kicker is going to come out and boot this one up and through from 42 yards out to make it 10-14. So here we are at halftime. Midwestern up 14-10 over top of USC. They've hit a big play, had one really long drive, got a takeaway. They're only up by 4. And they're on defense to begin the second half. Here is Amarion Peterson continuing his great game. He has had a lot of good moves put on our defenders. And he's up to the 31 after that juke move. Read option is going to be blown up in the backfield. No chance on that play for the running back or the quarterback. Thomas Mintz and Kevin Campanaro absolutely obliterate that play. Peterson, he gets a huge block and is down at the 39, just 2 yards short of a first down. On 3rd and 2, they'll try the hard count. It doesn't work. They're going to run it, and they're not going to get it. Brian Jackson, the second, the redshirt junior running back, who averages 4.7 yards per carry, doesn't get anything there, and we end up getting a stop. 3rd and 2 for Chuck Black and the Horndown offense. He has nobody open, so he's going to run for a huge gain, taking it across midfield. This is going to be called back due to holding on Titus Hardman, the Plainfield, Illinois native, our starting right tackle. On a 3rd and 12, Black is going to get the throw off in time to Nick Shields. He is not able to get a first down, though, after the catch. So Midwestern will punt the ball away on 4th down. USC down by 4. You're about midway through the 3rd quarter. The pass is caught right near the first down marker by Rashard Copeland. Only his 3rd catch of the game. Been a pretty good game for Ben Edmonds on Rashard Copeland so far. Childs, right side, is going to connect with Peterson. And the Trojans have a first down up at the 35. On 3rd and 3, they'll send a man in motion. Throw the ball his way. It's Peterson. He is met and gets away for his second, but Ethan Dugan and Eric Lamb will clean the play up. And that'll be another stop by this Midwestern defense. Midwestern looking to get this offense going in the second half. No better way to do that than running it with Avery Sizer, who has had a great game, a great season, and a great career. This short run is going to be wiped out due to holding on Addison Bynum. On 2nd and 13 with the defensive end crashing down, Fleck is going to keep it, cut upfield, and fumble the ball. It got knocked out by Marcellus Williams and recovered by Tim Bullitt. They team up to get a takeaway, and it's a huge break for USC. The Midwestern fans can't believe it, as now USC has a chance to take the lead for the first time in this game. A huge TFL for Santiago Martino, Defensive Player of the Year, forces a loss of 6. 3rd down. The Trojans are going to call a screen to Amarion Peterson, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. A letdown by the Midwestern defense to give up that on 3rd and 12. Man in motion on 1st down. It's Brian Jackson the second. They throw it to him, and he's got nobody there to stop him. He's going to score. And USC, they have taken their first lead of the game, going up 17-14 on the 49th passing touchdown of the season for Aiden Childs, who has had an amazing season. Chuck Black, with under 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, his team trailing by a field goal is going to eventually be able to take off and run for a first down. 3rd and 8 at 38. Now in the 4th quarter, quick pressure on Fleck, and he's going to throw it incomplete. Luckily, he took a huge hit there from Sean Ward, who put on a nasty spin on Addison Bynum, on best offensive lineman, or at least one of them. Quick pressure on Childs to begin this drive, and it's going to be a sack. George Scales and Andre Okoye will team up to make it a loss of 7 to start this drive. 3rd and 11. Childs scanning, and out of time, he's going to be sacked for the 5th time today. Eric Lamb able to get to him, and that is going to be a stop for the Midwestern defense, and a big one, because they now have a chance to tie this game up or take the lead. Black, after a play-action fake, is going to spin to his left, throw on the move, and that is going to be caught by Devin Gentry. I believe just his, first catch of the game. One catch, 18 yards, and we really needed that. At the 40 of USC, we are going to run it with Sizer. That is something we have done great all game. He's up to 86 yards after that run as he gets the first down. On 3rd and 7, Black hit as he let it go. It's a wobbler down the field to Darrell Leff, who makes the catch and had just enough separation after he ran the route to get the first down despite the throw being behind him and slow. Sizer runs a defender over and is down at the 9, just a yard short of a first down, only 3 yards short of 100 yards on the ground in this game. Left on 3rd and 1, he's going to be chased down by Sean Ward. A great play by him. It'll be 4th and 3. Midwestern, they have a decision to make. They are going to want to kick a field goal with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the kick is good from Jason Hops, a 28-yarder to tie. So it's all tied at 17, getting late in the fourth quarter of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl here in the college football playoffs. A fumble! Ethan Dugan! He is going to force another fumble and recover it. He has done that in back-to-back weeks, and it comes at a huge moment in this game. What a play by Ethan Dugan. Thomas Mitzi held up Amarion Peterson, and Dugan came crashing in, leveled him, knocked the ball, and recovered it, and Midwestern has a chance to take the lead. Fleck after a play-action fake. He's looking to throw, but he's not going to take a risk. He's going to run and pick up 8 yards, going out of bounds at the 13. On 3rd and 3, Fleck is going to lob back left corner of the end zone for Nick Shields, and he can't bring it in. Manu Mauga makes his second huge play in an end zone in this game. It'll be 4th and 3. Out comes Jason Alps for a 31-yard field goal try. And the true freshman kicker is going to make the kick, so the spotlight in the moment is not too big for him, as Midwestern now has a 3-point lead with about 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But you got to be honest here. A 3-point lead does not feel great when you're going up against a quarterback like Aiden Childs, and a high-powered offense like USC has. They do immediately rip off a big play through the air. They're up near their own 40. Now Childs is going to keep it on a read option. He has speed, takes it across the 50, and is knocked down by Bland and Wood at the 47 of the Horned Owls. The Trojans on the attack. They're going to run it again. And Peterson, he's able to get to the third level and is down at the 25. So USC is in field goal range, but they have to be thinking touchdown. They want the lead. Childs takes a give, fires over the middle, and delivers a strike to Fowler. He's going to score a 25-yard touchdown. It is the 50th passing touchdown of the season for Aiden Childs, and it comes in a huge moment, giving USC a 24-20 lead. Midwestern, with their backs against the wall, are facing 3rd and 10. They throw it to Darrell left. He's going to throw it himself. It's a double pass, and it's going to work. He hits Roberto Suarez, who got behind the USC defense. He'll be chased down at the 13. Midwestern breaks out a trick play with their backs against the wall, and it works out. Darrell left throwing an absolute dime to Roberto Suarez. They were not expecting that at all. And now Midwestern has a chance to take the lead themselves. They're waiting the fourth quarter. On a 2nd and 7, it's going to be a screen to left. He gets a block, and he's in. Midwestern is going to take the lead late in the fourth quarter. They're going to go up by a field goal. Will it be enough? Will USC be able to tie this game up and force overtime, or maybe they can get down the field and win this game themselves? They have all their timeouts in about 40 seconds. Childs is loading up, and he doesn't get the throw off. He goes down. Santiago Martino will get the sack. USC in need of a big play. Too much time for Childs. He'll go deep left side and connect with Xavier Jordan, who not only makes the catch, but stops the clock by going out of bounds. Down to 30 seconds to go. Childs from a clean pocket is going to go down the field again and hit Jalen Fowler this time. And the Trojans are across midfield, nearing field goal range. Down to 20 seconds to go. USC is going to run it. And Amarion Peterson, he is able to pick up a good chunk of yardage to get USC safely into field goal range. They bring out their kicker, Tyler Robles, to attempt a 41-yard field goal to force overtime, and his kick is good. So 4 quarters not enough to determine a winner. In the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, we will head to overtime. Midwestern and USC have both played a good game. Sadly, only one team can win and move on in the college football playoffs. Who will it be? Midwestern will have possession to start overtime here in the first period. Fleck on a play-action boot is going to lob it right side for Nick Shields, and the ball does not get there. It's going to be deflected away by Kingston Thomas, who laid out to break the play up. Sizer trying the left side on the ground. He runs into the back of his own lineman and is unable to get off of that. Only a gain of 1. Chuck Fleck is able to get a man to jump off sides. It's a free play. He's going to chuck it to the end zone into double coverage and be intercepted. Luckily, it was a free play, so no risk in doing that other than maybe a bit of momentum going against you. With a free 5 yards and a do-over on 3rd down. On 3rd and 4, USC sends a blitz. But despite that, great coverage down the field for him. Chuck Fleck has nowhere to throw it. He tries to make a throw anyway, and luckily it'll be incomplete. And on 4th down, Midwestern, they have a decision to make. They're going to attempt the field goal and put their trust in their defense. And Jason Ops make this kick, though. His kick is good. He'll now be 3 for 3. That one from 36 yards out puts Midwestern up by 3 in overtime. If USC scores a touchdown, they win. If they kick a field goal, then we head to another overtime period. They'll pick up 5 yards on first down. On second down, Childs is going to fake a give. With time, he throws to the middle of the end zone, and he's intercepted. He gets picked off by Deontay Bland, and that is going to be the game. What was he thinking? Throwing that in the double coverage on second down. They had the field goal in their back pocket. It could have went to another overtime period, but he took the huge risk. And Midwestern is going to win in the college football playoffs. They beat USC in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl 30-27. It took overtime. It took a trick play. Took a couple of takeaways. But we do end up getting the win. And that is going to be the way that, sadly, Aiden Childs is going to end his career in college. It ends on a pick in overtime. But for Midwestern, their season is going to continue. They will move on in the college football playoffs. This game will easily go down as an instant classic. It had a little bit of everything for everybody. If you like long sustained drives out of offenses, then you'll love the start of this game, where each offense went 12 plays down the field, 80 plus yards, and scored a touchdown, using up the entire first quarter on just 2 drives. If you like quick scoring drives, this game had that as well. We scored on just 2 plays on the third drive of the game. If you like running offenses, then you like our offense. If you like passing offenses, then USC's offense was pretty fun to watch, I'm sure. We broke out a trick play and got that to work. If you enjoy defense, there was defense played in this game. We racked up a decent amount of sacks, and there were 5 total takeaways in this game. There was some clutch plays made on both offense and on defense. If you like field goals being kicked in clutch moments, then this game had that as well. What didn't the game have? When it went to overtime, and it was a college football playoff game. So it had a little bit of everything for everybody, and I will be calling it an instant classic for sure. Santiago Martino, he ends up earning the National Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pretty solid game, had a couple of TFLs, had a sack, and recovered a fumble. Ethan Dugan also played a great game. A TFL, a half sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery. He has now forced a fumble and recovered a fumble on the same play in back-to-back games. Deontay Bland had a pick and also made some really big tackles deep down the field that I do want to acknowledge. They could have gone for touchdowns, but Bland was able to make a couple of touchdown-saving tackles. On offense, Avery Sizer, he was a workhorse for us early in this game. We did kind of go away from him a little bit through the middle part of the game, but he still had a huge game, and he was the reason that we got off to such a good start. Darrell left on that trick play pass. It probably should have not been completed. He only has 25 throw power and 11 deep accuracy, but somehow he was able to complete that pass. Glad that it worked out for us. We do unfortunately have some bad news, and that is that Vinny Moore, our offensive coordinator over these last couple of seasons, he's going to be leaving to become the UConn head coach after we finish off our playoff run. So we have to hire somebody new for next year to be our OC, and Mitch Folk is the guy that we are targeting. He went 4-32 as a head coach at Georgia Southern, one of our rivals, and got fired from there. So I thought, why not bring him over from a rival team? He's not going to be our play caller. That's Reggie Hambrick, who is a former running back and an offensive-minded head coach. In the Capital One Orange Bowl, we are going to be taking on the Clemson Tigers with a chance to advance on to the national championship. They ended up drubbing Boise State 35-14 in the Fiesta Bowl. Hopefully Boise State ends up winning the Fiesta Bowl in real life when they play the winner of the SMU and Penn State game. But looking at Clemson, they do have the best winning percentage of any team since we have started this dynasty, above USC, who we did just defeat. And yes, Clemson, they do have a Heisman winning quarterback in Lenoris Sellers. I don't know how much the Heisman Award actually means anymore after seeing Ashton Jeanty get snubbed for it in real life. But Lenoris Sellers, he did put up a statistically great year. Has a lot of touchdowns throwing, running. He could do it both. And then you also throw in a defense that is one of the best in the entire nation at just about everything. It is going to be our toughest game yet. That's coming off of that USC game. So this is going to be a really interesting one. We'll see if we can keep up the positive momentum and maybe catch Clemson off guard and pick up another win and move on to the national championship. Just one win away. We'll see if we can pick it up in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.